Hello and welcome. Today we will talk about 10 tips to score well in IELTS speaking test. So first of all, let's check the test together. So this is an example of the speaking test. So first of all, we have part 1. So in this part, the examiner asks the candidate about him or herself, home, work, studies, and other familiar topics. So we have some simple questions that need simple answers. After that, we have part 2. So in this part, you will have to talk about the topic for 1 or 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say. So in this minute, you will have some paper notes and you can write some notes about the topic that you are going to talk about. So, for example, describe an open air or street market which you enjoyed visiting. You should say where the market is, what the market sells, how big the market is, and explain why you enjoyed visiting this market. So, for example, let's say that you have the notes in front of you. So you write the main question and then you write this where, what, how big, and why. So this will help you to prepare your answer and then you will not make any mistakes or forget to answer a part of the question. After that, part 3. So this is discussion topics. Usually the answer is longer than the first one and the topics are harder. So here we have 6 or 7 questions based on the different topics. Now, it's very important not to be afraid. The examiner is here to help. He's not your enemy. He doesn't want to kill you or to fail you. He's just there to make sure that you pass this test and you score well in it. So, let's check the 10 tips together. So, tip number 1, don't memorize answers. This is very important. So, it's not like this can happen sometimes that you have practiced a question and you try to memorize the answer for this question, and if you are lucky you will get the same question that you have prepared for. But we don't want you to become a robot. So, for example, let's say that we are talking about a personal experience. We don't want you to memorize the personal experience of another person. We want you to talk, to explain your experience and your feelings. So, don't memorize answers. And believe me, the examiner will know if this answer is from your heart or you have just memorized it and you are reciting it. So, number 1, don't memorize answers. Number 2, don't use big and unfamiliar words. This is also very important. Remember, keep it easy, keep it simple, so you can give a correct answer. It's not necessary that you use complicated expressions or words, and then unfortunately you use them in the wrong way and you make mistakes. So remember, keep it simple, keep it easy, and you will give a correct answer. It's just like talking with a friend. So don't try to overplay your hand. Just try to give simple, correct answers that we use in our daily lives. Number 3, use a range of grammatical structures. So don't just use the present simple or the past simple. Try using modals, try using idioms, try using expressions that shows the examiner that you have the background and the necessary words to express yourself in more than one way. So don't always use I should, I should, I should. There are many other models that can deliver the same idea. Use a range of grammatical structures. Don't worry about your accent. This is also very important. The IELTS test is for foreign students. We want to see how good they are in English. So, of course, you know that your accent is not going to be 100% American or 100% British. And this is the idea of the test. English is not only for British people and American people. So sometimes we see people making fun of somebody's accent, like he has an Indian accent or Filipino accent or whatever. This is not important. Just focus on giving the correct answers and using the correct vocabulary. So don't worry about your accent. Pause to think. So take your time, relax. The test usually takes between 12 and 15 minutes. It's okay if you tell the examiner that you need 5 or 10 seconds to think about it. And it's okay to use some expressions that will help you buy time. Like, for example, oh, this question is very good, actually. Oh, your question reminded me of something that happened to me in my real life. Oh, actually, I've practiced this question before with one of my friends. Oh, actually, and so on. So pause to think. So don't try to just get the answer out there as soon as possible. It's okay to take your time and think carefully. Avoid using fillers. It's like, um, uh, um, it's okay if you use it once or twice in the whole test. But believe me, some students they use it like in the same question, they use it like 10 times. Uh, well, I remember when I went to Thailand last year. No, this is too much. So avoid using these. Don't use fillers. Extend your answers. For example, let's say that the examiner asked you, do you like ice cream? Don't just say yes and stop. Wait for him to ask you the next question. No. So, do you like ice cream? Yes, of course. Who doesn't like ice cream? Actually, ice cream was the blah, 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 blah. So, even if he asked you a yes or no question, just give him the answer, yes or no, and then give him the reason. It's not necessary for him to give you a follow up question so you can give him another answer. Because this actually tells him that you don't really know or you are not really sure of the topic or of yourself. So you just want to give him the answer and finish. I have finished. Now, imagine that the examiner is your friend and you are having a lovely chat with him. Smiling helps. Yeah, it helps a lot. So try to smile, try to open your mouth, try to be friendly. Be friendly. Some are there like, I am being judged, and this guy in front of me is the judge. I must be very serious. No, believe me, a laugh goes a long way. So smile, laugh, try to enjoy it. Don't speak in a monotone. Some students they speak like a robot, or some students they just speak in the same tone. They don't go up or they don't go down. They are just being very serious or they don't know how to express their feelings. No. Try to express your feelings. Try to show enthusiasm. Try to show excitement. Try to show feelings of happiness, feeling of sadness, feeling of anger. Of course, if it's a topic that you can get angry about. Like, for example, do you think boys are smarter than girls? Really? Are you really asking me this question? What kind of question is this? It's okay. Of course, he will not ask you this question. I'm just giving you an obvious example. And finally, practice common IELTS topics. It's not only just the common topics that come in IELTS, they are the common topics that come in real life. Like, for example, I don't know, education, global warming nowadays, travel, Corona, for example. Corona is a very common topic nowadays between people, crime, What else? Addiction, for example. How do you spend your free time? And so on. Those common topics, they will 100% come in the exam. If you check the common topics, you will find that they are between 15 or 20 maximum. So practice these common topics and be sure that at least two or three of them will come to you in the exam. So, God willing, we will have some other lessons and practice those tests together. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in another video.